Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inner Power Training. Once again, I'm joined with my friend, Kevin Fitzgerald. And today we are going to really talk about these Lifewave patches that he turned me on to. And I've got mine on right now. This is the glutathione, which if you go back and listen to my videos that I did a few months ago and the way my voice was, it was horrible. And this has cleared it up because I think it's gotten rid of the inflammation or whatever the heck was going on. I'd never had a condition like that before, but I'm getting almost 100% better now, thanks to these patches. So that's what we're going to talk about. Kevin's been on these patches for about 7 months. He found them December of last year. They've been around actually since 2004, but one of the best patches that they came up with, the X39, hasn't been around that long, and that's the one that stimulates your stem cells. I know a lot of people don't like getting old. Well, I don't. I'm like the rest of the gang. So I'm not into extreme procedures like plastic surgery or anything like that. So if I can find something that makes me feel more youthful, more energized, and look better, I'm all for it. And that's what I've found these patches are doing for me. I left them in a friend's bathroom when I was visiting down in Virginia, and she had to send them to me, and it took her 2 weeks before I got them. Boy, did I notice a difference. When I stopped taking them for 2 weeks after putting these patches on every day, my energy was lower. I just, it's subtle, but it's very real. You just notice a difference if you stop using them. It's a very inexpensive way to feel better and have more energy. And who knows, maybe it could be the perfect answer to whatever you're dealing with right now. So I'm going to let Kevin explain a little more about it, because he's been, like I say, involved in it for 7 months, and he recruited me to use them, and I share them with other people. I have friends that are on them that had tired, generalized pain, feeling lousy, and all of a sudden they're feeling really good, and they know that's what's causing it, the use of these patches, which they're getting really hooked on. So it's exciting. So Kevin, how did you happen to find these patches? First of all, I mean,
Hey, Rebecca, how are you? And thanks for having me on your show.
Yeah, great to see you again. But let's have a little background on how you found the patches, because I'm really curious.
Well, I believe, when you're on the awakening, I know your audience has a very good understanding about the journey of the soul and the awakening journey. And when you're on the awakening journey, then you look for synchronicities in your life, and you realize that certain doors open in your life and certain doors close. And the universe will bring to you what you need to enable your journey. And so 7 months ago, a buddy of mine who I'd known for years, but I hadn't talked to in probably 4 years, just called me out of the blue, and just to catch up. And then I started telling him about, I have scoliosis in my back. So I have a curvature in my spine. And it's always caused me, it's a genetic thing, and it's always caused me pain. But as I got older, I'm 60 years old now, it was causing a lot of pain. So when you're in pain, you want to get out of pain. So he started telling me about these patches, and it's like, okay, it sounds interesting, but do they work? Bottom line is, do they work? And he said, well, let me send you some. So this product is really about people trying it to see if it works for them. It's so easy to sample. And I put those patches on, and I'm not kidding you, within 3 minutes, my pain went from an 8 to about a 3. And I've been wearing them ever since.
Wow. Where did you put the patches exactly on your back?
Where my scoliosis is. So I put the pain patches called Icewave. It's a 2-patch protocol right on the area I have pain. And I also now use the glutathione. And so sometimes I don't even use the pain patches. I'll just put on the glutathione patch, and I don't need to use them every day now. I use them like every other day.
I do that sometimes. And I've had friends that are on the patches that have told me that they're using them every other day, because Well, if you're using them every day, you're only supposed to leave them on for maximum 12 hours and then leave them off for 12 hours, right?
Great.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah. But boy, they do work. And,
You do.
one of the things that people are always asking me when I try to explain it to them is, well, I'm on this medication and I don't dare do anything that's going to mess up the medication I'm on. So I know it doesn't put anything into your body that's a chemical, because it
Yeah,
is.
so let's talk about that. So the patches are not transdermal, meaning there's no chemical going in your body. The technology of the patch is not chemical based. It's not drug based. It's crystal based. So the way the technology works is there's nanocrystals inside the patch that do not go into your skin. What those nanocrystals do is they reflect the body's own infrared light, which your body emits infrared light, which if you put on infrared glasses, you can see infrared light. And it reflects back that light. And infrared light has, of course, the spectrum of light. And based upon certain spectrums of that light, it triggers chemical reactions within your body that reduces pain, reduces inflammation, stimulates stem cells, that sort of thing. So it's a holistic approach to stem cell anti-aging rejuvenation, massive pain reduction, and massive inflammation reduction, which of course inflammation is the #1 cause of most diseases that we have, like autoimmune disease, heart disease, that sort of thing.
Right. Yeah. Well, I had one woman I got on the patches who was actually having chemotherapy and she was on dialysis. And I was talking to her over, a series of weeks after she got on the patches. I could see her begin to glow and she was feeling so much better. She was so grateful that she had come across these. And I mean, she felt like it was life-changing.
Well, keep in mind, we're beings of light. We're energy, right? Everything's energy. We are energy. Actually, love energy, right? Love is our essence. So these patches increase our light quotient. So the more you can imagine your field is leaking light constantly. When your auric field starts to leak light, when you're stressed, when you're judging, when you're worried, when you're trying to control your life, all these things make your auric field very permeable and you leak your light. So what these patches do is they help you retain that light. And so it increases your body's light quotient, which leads to greater overall health. But based upon the patch, they're designed to specifically do certain things, but they affect the whole body because they're increasing the light within the body. Thus, they are a holistic approach, a true holistic approach.
I love it.
With no side effects.
Absolutely. There are no side effects, just positive effects. And I love the story about how David Schmidt, he got a download. Could you go into that a little bit? Because that's so fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, if you think of the great scientists of the world, like Albert Einstein, for instance, he would tell you that it wasn't him coming up with these formulas. He was downloaded. Same thing with Carl Jung. He said he was a mystic. He was downloaded. Same thing with great painters. They're downloaded. Well, David, the founder and inventor of this technology, was downloaded by God in the dream state, in his sleep state. And he woke up and he was given this information and he started to, as a scientist, he started to journal and it just made sense. And he created these patches. So they're divinely inspired, which was very important for me because my journey is all about the awakening of the soul. So that being said, I wasn't surprised when I was attracted to technology that was divinely inspired, not man, ego mind, greed-based inspired, right? So it's a heart-centered technology that simply wants to help humanity, achieve your goals.
It's a great story. And in these times, I'm hearing more and more and more people in the know, not the ones that are kind of leading us down the wrong path. It's all about your immune system. You need to, address having a strong, healthy immune system. And I think that these patches definitely strengthen that with the stem cell stimulation and reproduction. And this one, I mean, you don't get rid of a condition unless your immune system has figured out how to fight it off. That's what it's all about, as far as I can see.
Absolutely. Anything that's going to increase your like quotient increases your vibration. And the law of energy is higher vibration transmutes lower vibration. So viruses, bacteria, cells that have a low, what we call spin cycle or vibratory cycle, when you're increasing your overall vibratory frequency, that higher frequency will start to heal the lower frequency cells or transmute them and discard them.
Absolutely. And I've been able to practice spiritual healing most of my adult life, but I feel like this is just that nice added uplift boost that, I mean, I do still live in a physical body, even though I like to think I'm purely spiritual, but no, I have a physical body that has to be taken care of too. And these patches just give me that extra uplift that I need in order to feel better and the whole thing, which is exciting. Do you have any good
Absolutely.
testimonies of stories you've heard about people that have used the patches?
All kinds. I mean, I have one gal down in Alabama that has a son who is very diabetic, and he's a full-time care patient and a lot of pain. And she has him on the patches, and they're doing wonders for her son. She's also on them herself because she's in her 60s too. I have healing testimonials, people that had wounds, different types of wounds that are healing quicker, scars lightening up, age spots lightening up. That happened to me. So yeah, a lot of skin conditions clearing up because of the patches, especially the stem cell patch X39, X39, increasing your strength. So a lot of people in your 60s, you have aches and pains, right? You wake up in the morning, you're like, oh my God, right? Takes a while to get the body moving. And a lot of times you can't even bend over to garden, right? You have to give up things you love. So whether it's gardening, whether it's going for a hike in the woods, whether it's playing tennis, maybe. You know, me personally, I'm back in the gym. So I'm 60 years old and I'm going to the gym after this. That's why I'm dressed in a gym shirt. And I'm lifting weight that is more than when I was lifting when I was 21.
Nice.
Because I also wear the I use the X39 patch. And so I'm able to get back in the gym. I'm able to have no restrictions whatsoever with weight training. And I weight train very heavy. I just enjoy it. I'm one of those weird people that likes to lift heavy weights. I couldn't be happier with it. And the patching protocols are very important to that.
And it's so easy if you want to try the patches, because after you told me about it, I went on the internet and I got my first shipment of X39s and started using them right away. Fell in love with it. And it was very, very easy. And it really is affordable. I mean, some people are having very expensive treatments now with Botox, steroids, all kinds of treatments out there in order to reverse aging or feel better. But this works so well, and it really isn't expensive.
No, it's very affordable. It's under $100 a month for a month's supply. And the other thing I would tell your audience is if there's anyone out there that wants to do what you and I am also doing, we've taken it another step where we actually do the business. And the reason we do the business is because we want to help people, right? So if you're going to be telling people about these patches anyway and changing people's lives, why not do it as a little home-based side business and work with myself and you too? Because it's an international company. So if somebody has a following, or just know a lot of people, or just want something to do, you love staying active, then we invite you to potentially join us. Just leave your email and phone number in the comments, and however the best way for us to get in touch with you. And I'll work with you personally through Rebecca.
Absolutely. And it is a fun business. I mean, I carry my patches wherever I go, and, I tell people about them, and sometimes I'll let them try one, if it's the right atmosphere to do it in, and they love it. So it's really fun, and it's different. It's unusual. It gets you out of that whole, kind of 3D world that we don't want to be stuck in. It's outside the box, and it's optimistic, and it's been around long enough to prove to itself and to the people that have used it that it's actually viable and works.
Well, there's over 100 different third-party clinical double-blind studies on the technology. So
Wow.
it's divinely inspired, but it's scientifically proven.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, this is very interesting, Kevin. I'm glad we dug into it, and you gave so much good information. And as we said, you can just add your information to the link below, and we'll get in touch with you. And if you're interested in getting it, or if you have any more questions, just let us know, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.